Okay guys, so I'm going to tell you the ingredients that you need. You'll need some marshmallows. You'll need either graham crackers or graham cracker crumbs. It does not matter. You will need 4, I think it is
chocolate.
43 grams milk chocolate Hershey bars. You will need powdered sugar and butter. You will also need a mini muffin pan, and this one that I have makes 24 of them. And then you will also need just the cupcake refill thing, whatever these are, and then you'll need that. Okay guys, so this is a fun activity that you can do with your children. My son right now is going to be putting one of each of the mini cupcake things inside all 24 all 24 of the places where you put the cupcakes in. So we're going to go ahead and finish doing that. Also, you need to preheat your oven to 350 degrees because after you are done putting all of the cupcake things inside the pan, you're going to pop them into the oven for a couple minutes just to bake the crust. Okay, now what we did was we took 7 whole graham crackers and we put it in a bag, and you can use a rolling pin to make it as fine as possible. All we did was sat on the counter and beat it with our fists. Just something fun for the kids to do. So we're going to go ahead and dump this into our bowl right here. And Zepha's going to help me.
Mom, I'm so happy.
Alright, help me put this in here. Make sure we don't make a mess. Okay. And now we are going to take a quarter cup of powdered sugar, and we're going to go ahead and dump this in here. You want to go get a fork? And now I'm going to take, I believe it is 6 tablespoons of melted butter. I need a bigger spoon than your spoon. So we took 6 tablespoons of melted butter, and we're going to mix all this stuff together. And this is obviously what makes your crust for the bottom of the mini s'mores. If you think that it needs more butter, you can go ahead and add a little bit, but I would be very careful to how much you add, because it just might crumble or get too hard, I don't know, get too soggy or whatever. Also, when you are using butter, I accidentally bought salted butter. Try to buy unsalted butter, else you're just going to taste that salt horribly. So now what I'm going to do, alright bud, now I need a spoon. Now what I'm going to do is take the crust here, and I'm going to carefully put them in the bottom of all these, and not too much, just enough to fill them. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I will be right back. Alright everybody, so now I have all these filled like that, and all I'm going to take is something that has a round bottom. This is just a half a tablespoon measuring thing, and I'm actually going to press it into the crumbs So it kind of makes a, I don't know what you would call that, like a hollow cup thing, so that when they get done baking, we're going to put our chocolate and our marshmallow and all that good stuff inside there. So if you want to go ahead and do that to all of them. This I don't let Seth help out with because it takes a lot of time to get this done. If you feel like you want your children to take a lot of time with doing this, go ahead. But for now, this part I let him watch because there's more stuff that he gets to do afterwards. So I'm going to go ahead and squish all 24 of these and I'll be right back. Okay, now that I have all of my muffin things pushed down and made into a hollow area so that after we get them out of the oven that you can stick your chocolate in it. Now I'm going to stick this in the oven for approximately 4 to 5 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and come over to the oven. And move my booger out of the way here. I'm going to, Seth, you got to move your chair down a little bit. Here, get off the chair for a minute. Pull the chair down. Alright, now I'm going to stick this in the oven. The hot oven. For approximately, I said 4 to 5 minutes, so I'll put it in there for 4 minutes and 30 seconds. In the meantime, you are going to want to take, please stand up and move your chair down a little bit so I can get in. In the meantime, you are going to want to take a, sorry, let me adjust the camera. In the meantime, again, you're going to want to take a little bowl, dish, whatever, and this is the part that the kids are going to be able to help out with. You're going to want to break up 2 milk chocolate candy bars into the rectangle pieces that they're in and put them in the dish. So you're going to do 2 of them because the pan makes 24. Here, Seth. Because the pan makes 24 muffins. So we're going to go ahead and break up our candy bars and put them into our little dish. And there's 3 minutes and 21 seconds left on the timer. So this is something fun that your children can help out with. You want to go throw this away for me, Liz?
Hey, Mom. This is kind of fun.
And even if you want to, you can set that one aside, and you're going to also need 2 more candy bars. You're going to want to break up. It doesn't matter if the pieces are even or not, because one of the bowls are going to be melted to pour on top. Hold on, here, help you. Right there. So we're going to go ahead and break up these candy bars and put them into this dish. This bowl, or one of the bowls, will be used to melt and put over the top of the marshmallow. Want to throw this stuff away for me?
Throw
that stuff away. And then the next thing you're going to want to do is take 12 marshmallows and where is my cup? Sorry guys. And a cup of ice cold water with scissors.
How can I do it too?
Not the scissors, bud. And the reason for the scissors being in the water is it prevents less sticking. And you're going to cut the marshmallow in half and just set them on your plate.
Can I do that?
Just like this. Cut them in half Put them on your plate until you got 24 halves. So we're going to go ahead. There's still a minute and 15 seconds on the crust. We're going to go ahead and finish up the marshmallows, and then we'll show you what it looks like after the crust is out of the oven. Okay, now the pan is extremely hot, but you can have your children help. My 4-year-old does it without touching the pan. Be careful. And we're going to go ahead and take our chocolate squares, and you're going to want to put them right in there, and they will melt. So we're going to do this to all 24 of them. Don't touch the pan, bud. Just set it in there, and then I'll fix it for you.
Thank you. You want to just go way down? That's it.
Alright, I'll turn the pan. Wait, sis. Be careful.
Mommy.
So we're just setting them in the center, and because the pan is nice and warm, it will melt right in the middle. I don't want you doing that. One at a time, please. I will get it. And the last one. Okay, now that we have all of these in there, I'm going to set this back in the oven that I have turned off, and I'm just going to set it in there for a couple seconds and let the chocolate melt a little bit. Not very long, just going to pop it in and let the chocolate melt a little bit. Okay, now we have our chocolates melted in the middle. I only set it in the oven for a couple seconds to let the chocolate melt. And now we're going to go ahead and put our marshmallows on top of the chocolate. And what you want to do is make sure that the sticky side of the marshmallow is on top of the chocolate. You can press that in there if you want. Just again, remind your children that the pan is really hot, so to be very, very, very careful when you're putting the marshmallows. When you're putting the marshmallows inside the pan.
Good.
This is what they look like so far. So we're going to go ahead and keep squishing our marshmallows. Remember, sticky side down in the chocolate, just like so. And then I'm going to go ahead and actually, after we are done, I didn't do this with the last batch, but I'm going to do it with this one. After we're done, I'm going to plop this in the oven again for a couple seconds, just to get the marshmallows a little kind of a browning color, like it would be if you were roasting s'more over the fire. So we're going to go ahead, finish these last few up, and plop it in the oven for a few seconds, and then I will show you what it looks like. Okay guys, so now my marshmallows got a little bigger. So what I did was melted that one batch of chocolate we had. I melted that in the microwave, and now you're going to drizzle that over top of your marshmallows, and you put as much chocolate over top as you want. As McKenna's talking in the background. I'm going to try not to put a lot because it does make a big mess, and these are for Seth's school tomorrow for a bunch of 4-year-olds. So I'm not putting a whole ton, just enough to cover the top of the marshmallow. And then I'm just going to let them sit out on the counter and cool off. So that's that, and I will show you the finished product in a little bit. Okay guys, so this is what the finished product looks like. And once I'm able to take them out of the pan, I will show you. Alright guys, so there it is.